Afternoon, it's Tuesday, the 28th of July. I'm Erin Viner, and this is IBA News broadcasting from Jerusalem. We open in Beit El, where an overnight raid by police and IDF troops resulted in the arrest of some 50 settlers. Ministers from Habayit Yehudi issued stern warnings and are demanding clarifications from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the operation, which relates to the impending demolition of several buildings in the community. The destruction of the structures is now awaiting a ruling from the High Court. IBA's Ari O'Sullivan was at Beit El and filed this report.
Border police resting inside the so-called Beit Dreinhof houses in Beit El this morning after forcibly evicting dozens of Jewish youths before dawn. The border police moved in after midnight after the High Court of Justice ruled on a petition by the NGO Yesh Din and Palestinian landowners to raise the two apartment buildings by the end of July, this week. This morning, the stench of burning tires still filled the air. This graffiti says, "There will be war over Judea and Samaria." Border police units held back settlers from reaching the two uncompleted buildings that are to house 24 families. Residents say they have actually received all permits, and the apartment complex is now retroactively legal.
This is the government that promised us 3 years ago when 30 housing units were destroyed, 300 housing units in its place. And at the same time, these houses were given the okay. So we're talking about a government that does not keep its promises to us. You know how many, we know what percentage of the people in Judea and Samaria and in Beit El voted for Bibi Netanyahu because he made us promises that today we see he did not keep. Now I say, if these buildings must fall, then perhaps it's time for that government to fall.
The action tests Netanyahu's right-wing coalition partners, and the Prime Minister quickly issued a statement saying the government is opposed to the demolition. MK Oren Hazan of the Likud party says he set up an office in the building just a few weeks ago.
Unfortunately, when I choose to the parliament as a part of Likud party, from the right side of the map, I couldn't imagine myself that this will be the result. Still deep inside, I believe that the mistake that they did last night, that they come like thief in the night, was not more just an innocent mistake, and somebody will correct this. I still believe that there is hope for those buildings and the rest of the settlements.
Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon said that he wanted to save the buildings from destruction, but in the meantime sent in the army in accordance with the Supreme Court decision. Petitions have now been made to the Supreme Court to rescind the demolition orders, but in Beit El, tensions are still high.
There's Palestinian building all around this area. Every day we see new buildings. Does anybody say one word? Does our government believe that we are the ones who are the owners of this land? Or does our government believe that this is Palestinian land? They call themselves a right-wing government, but they certainly don't act like it.
The building behind me is covered in barbed wire surrounded by border policemen. It's clear that the 24 families that were going to live here did not expect this kind of government to behave this way. From Beit El, this is Ari O'Sullivan for IBA News.